To KZN now, where many beaches north of the province remain closed 7 months after the deadly floods. Beaches were closed due to the high E. coli levels in the water. Action SA are filing papers to compel the eThekwini municipality to fix the infrastructure and stop sewage reaching people's homes. The closure of beaches could have a devastating effect on Durban's tourism offering. Our reporter Nqobile Madlala is on that story and joins us live from KZN for that. Now, Nqobile, I understand you spoke to a few residents about the state of some of those areas in what looks like a very windy KZN today.
Well, yes, we did indeed. We went to Phoenix to sort of gauge and get an idea of how residents are affected. We had initially spoken to some also in Savannah Park who had made it clear that they're really not happy with the states that they are in. Marcel, there are two parts to the story. There's a part where residents are affected because of the floods, but also because of what happened during that disaster. They had an after effect which continued to affect them because of the sewer that is now continuously smelling in the area, but also affecting them. Some of them even going as far as saying that in terms of health, they're worried for their kids because of what's currently happening. Others say they can't even open a simple window when you wake up in the morning because that fresh air comes with a stinking smell of sewer in the area. But also at the same time, we have seen some of the water that is going from some parts of Phoenix that merges with some of the river, which we have heard also that that river flows directly into areas like Umhlanga, which you would know those are parts of the beaches that are still not open yet. So the residents just saying that they are worried about the sewer, but at the same time, they're worried about the fact that they might not even have a chance to take their kids to beaches because they have seen what is happening behind. But they're basically just asking that the government does intervene and that they actually do right by the residents of eThekwini as well as the tourism sector in this area. Let's listen in as they explain.
From April 13 right up till now, we've been living at the Sastri Park Community Hall. They had done nothing in regards to our property, nothing in regards to the sewer line, nothing in regards to the outside of the yard, anything, government. So government started a project, I think, I'm not sure whether it was July, around there. They started a project where they started to put these cables around, these cables, and then they stopped. I have a child that's on chronic medication, and she has epilepsy as well as asthma. I've got an 8-year-old, I've got a son that's in matric grade 12, and he's currently living at the community hall and doing his matric, which is very hard for me as a mother because I've got 4 children, and my sister also has 4 children, and the other one has 3. So we've been living house number 18 up here for like most of my life. I've been living here for the last 36 years. And it was very devastating, very traumatizing for our children as well, for our neighbors as well. And we live in a place where there's a lot of criminal activities as well. So some of our neighbors couldn't even come to live with us at all, yet they needed to be there. They had to be here to safeguard their properties as well. So whenever there's a heavy rain, it's either we're sitting up there at night, I'm sitting up crying, thinking of my mother's house. And then my neighbor is calling me, thinking of what's going to happen to her here because she has to guard the flat here. So it's been very bad for us.